This is what we wanted.
Yeah.
Sauces finally get into
yeah, it just like entered the wrong part of my throat. Hey everyone, I'm Alexandra from Pitchbook Property, and today we're at the Lombard Square Marketing Suite with Joshua Price, who is the Regional Sales Manager here. And today we're doing something a little different, and it's also our first time doing this. We're doing the Hot Sauce Challenge. So Joshua, are you ready to answer a bunch of questions with some hot wings?
I certainly am. I've been looking forward to it all day.
Yeah? Okay. We've got 8 different questions about Lombard Square and 3 different sauces, each of them a different spice level. So we've got this first one, it's the Don't Fear the Reaper. It should be the least spicy one. And then we'll move on to the medium spicy one. It's called the Llama Drama. And then the last one, and should be the spiciest of them all, it's called the Event Horizon. So this one says it's 9 out of 10 on spice levels, so.
Fantastic. So even the mildest one has got Reaper in the name.
Yeah, Don't Fear the Reaper, and that, as far as I know, is like the spiciest, like pepper.
Great, okay.
Yeah.
Good thing I like my spicy food.
The first one too. Yeah. Let's start easy, the mild sauce. Let's pick up a wing and then dip it onto this purple one. Over here. Okay, I'm a messy eater. Okay, cheers. Cheers. Oh! Nice.
That's quite good.
It's sweet. Definitely has a kick.
Nice and warm.
Yes. We'll get warmer as we go, I'm pretty sure. So, Joshua, you clearly know this place inside and out, but buyers can be funny sometimes. What's the quirkiest thing you've seen them do at the marketing suite or the show home?
Given that we're not due to have our first homes complete until next month, so sort of November 2025, we haven't had a huge amount of buyers inside the homes yet. We've had a few, and some existing buyers have been with our customer relations team to see their apartments, but probably the quirkiest thing or question that we've been asked is the new lake that we're forming in Garden Square. We had somebody ask whether it would be suitable for learning to swim. It's not a question that I've ever had in nearly 14 years of doing this job, and you know, anybody that has been to London, particularly in the autumn, I'm not sure I would fancy swimming in a lake outside, but it was an interesting question. Obviously it's a no, we would not recommend anybody swim in there, but probably the most unusual question we've had for sure.
That's fair enough. They see a body of water, they're gonna wanna know if they can swim in it. Next up, question 2. We're gonna dig into the second wing, same sauce, but let's see if we've gotten used to the heat already. So buyers here often like testing things out. So they'll test out the sofa, open fridges. When they check out the marketing suite, what is the most interesting someone has tested out here?
I wouldn't say anybody has tested out anything particular, but I think sometimes there's some features that are really easy to miss. So for example, our project here, the development, a lot of the inspiration behind the quality and the finishes is the history of the area and what has come before our development. So each of our buildings has inspiration from that kind of industrial history. So for example, when you walk into the marketing suite, the wallpaper is inspired by the sort of textiles and weaving history which is prevalent in Rosa House's design, for example. The leather on the upholstery on the chairs for our customers is a nod to the sort of leather working, leather crafting that is prevalent in the Myro House design. The lovely detailing in terms of the metal working and the various sort of metal features around the marketing suite are a bit more of a kind of nod to the inspiration behind Ferro House, which is a metal working industry, and the artwork above the sofa where our customers first walk into the marketing suite and sit down, that is designed with the sort of measuring and precision of the carpentry and woodworking. So all of the features within the marketing suite are all really thoughtfully and carefully considered, and it just gives a very subtle hint to any new customer about the amount of thought and detail that goes into making not just their home, but also the entire development and everything that has gone before it.
Attention to detail is definitely a Berkeley thing. I've definitely noticed throughout like the marketing suite as well. Speaking of quirky and interesting things, what's one quirky thing about your team or the area here, just the space and the marketing suite?
I would say in terms of the team, they are from many different backgrounds, different places, but they all have something really in common that ties them together, and they're very experienced. You know, they've got backgrounds in luxury fashion. A couple of the team members are also born and raised very locally, although many of them speak different languages. So I guess a little bit like the development. At first, you know, sort of interaction with them, you might not know all of those things, but the more you speak to them, the more interesting, you know, the conversations become, and the more you understand that they're really part of the fabric of the project here. It's not just the apartments.
Yeah, fabric, just like...
Yeah, just like the textiles, yeah.
We've gone past the mildest sauce. We're gonna move on to the next level for these next set of questions. And that would be the llama drama sauce. That's the brown sauce that you have over there. We'll head on with this one, and then we're gonna answer some spicier questions. Okay.
Here we go.
All right. Almost reached for the orange one. Oh,
I actually prefer that one.
that one's so much more milder.
Yeah, it feels like a bit milder, doesn't it? Yeah,
Maybe that should have traded places, honestly.
I don't know, sometimes it can trick
Chicken
you
later.
and then it gets you later.
Yeah, don't speak too soon. On to some spicier questions. Berkeley is known for raising the bar for each scheme. What do you think they pushed themselves the hardest for this one?
Well, I think there's three answers to that question. The first one is certainly in terms of the delivery, you know, the rate of delivery of the homes on Lombard Square. The second point is definitely on sustainability. So Lombard Square is, as far as I'm aware, the only development, particularly of this size, within the whole of the UK that is going to be solely powered via our energy centre through ground source heat pumps, which is a completely sustainable energy source. So there's no fossil fuels or any kind of old school power sources to help people heat their homes, hot water, electricity, etc. It's all coming from our sustainable energy centre. And thirdly, it's really just a case of, you know, the value and the quality that you can obtain from that. At Lombard Square, you're just sort of 10-12 minutes walk just down the road, and you can buy a similar size, say 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom property for 30% less, but you still have all that same Berkeley quality. You have this, in terms of value for money, which is super important in today's housing market. You know, Berkeley, we've really done a fantastic role, I think, in terms of making this a fantastic place to live and very accessible for people to be able to purchase, particularly your first-time buyers or maybe first-time investors, but also no compromise in terms of the quality of the place or the home that you'd be buying.
Let's pick up a wing, and then same sauce. Still good, still good. Straight into it, I'll ask my question. If there's something that makes you jealous of the people moving into Lombard Square, what is that thing?
I would say there's probably two things. One is definitely the apartments themselves and the homes themselves. They're incredibly well laid out. The majority of the ones with outside space have a substantial, generous amount of outside space, whether that be private balconies or the private courtyard and podium gardens that all of the buildings really benefit from. And the other thing I would say is just the accessibility. You are within a minute or two walk from a Zone 4 train station, and you're within a few minutes of the Woolwich Elizabeth line station, which can take you to Heathrow in under an hour. For me, having that, you know, connectivity, not just domestically but also internationally to London and, you know, everywhere else around the world, in London to have that at this price point, it's something really, really special.
Yeah, easy. Next hour you could be in Paris.
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
Next question, still the same sauce. We'll take another bite and then I'll ask another one.
Sure.
I feel like we've got it easy with this sauce.
I feel like it might
I don't
crashing down
see.
with the next one.
Yeah, I don't see any of us breaking a sweat. This one's a bit spicy. The question, I mean. You've probably seen hundreds of buyers walk in here and take a look at Lombard Square. What's one thing that they don't like to hear, but you have to tell them anyways?
I mean, one of the most common pieces of feedback, and this is quite often the case with a lot of international buyers as well, is the amount of detail that we go into with everything as part of the buying process. And depending on where you maybe have bought property before elsewhere in the world, sometimes it can be very quick, there's not a lot of questions that are asked, or maybe not as much detail that we go into about the home or the buying process. But quite often at Berkeley, you know, it underpins our quality, not just of the property that they're buying, but also the experience that they have with the home.
I think I'll just dabble into both the purple one and the brown one, just mix it up a little bit. So you can do the same, of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah, let's do it.
That was a good combo. Plumstead and Woolwich are changing fast, and some people don't know about this area that much. What would you tell them for those who just have never heard about it or don't know anything about its history?
Particularly Plumstead, although we'll touch on Woolwich as well, has been an area that's been kind of overlooked in the past. And to be the next chapter within this sort of story of Plumstead is you know, quite important, I think, particularly for us at Berkeley, because it gives us a chance to kind of make our mark on the place throughout time as it passes. As a potential buyer, you're looking at this area that has a bit of everything, but it's still at that accessible value, whereas if you look at some of the other locations that I've mentioned, you know, the prices are really, you know, have grown substantially over the last sort of 10, 12 years, and it's a great opportunity for customers and, you know, investors to really take advantage of that as the growth is all still yet to come.
Sorry, I've just been trying to hold a cough the whole time. I'm just like...
That sauce is finally getting...
Now it's time for the hottest sauce. We're gonna dip our wings into this vibrant orange one, and we'll go on with the questions.
Great.
All right, let's get to it.
It's definitely warm, but
a little bit. Yeah, I'm definitely heating up a little bit, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. We're on to the full heat questions now. I'm feeling the heat. Okay, thank God. Okay, this is said to be one of Berkeley's most affordably priced developments. How important is it that buyers can say that they own a Berkeley home?
But to buy a Berkeley home anywhere is fantastic, but to have the opportunity to purchase one within an area like this with so much potential and so much still to come at the price that you can purchase today, I think it demonstrates massive value. You know, it's a great opportunity, and we're still in the kind of first phase of the project, so it's a perfect time to get involved.
Yeah, perfect time, and it feels good to say I own a Berkeley home here in London. Thanks to you, Josh, for taking the heat and telling everyone about this exciting place, this exciting area in London, Lombard Square and Woolwich. If this interview got you curious about Lombard Square, drop your questions in the comments down below, subscribe to us, reach out to us. Our team will be very happy to help you.
Firstly, just thank you so much for having me and for the whole experience. It's been great. And yeah, echoing really what's been said. Any questions, the team are here 7 days a week from 10 AM, and we'd be delighted to give you any information, or if you'd even like to come down for a visit, we can make a cup of coffee and take you through everything that this fantastic project has to offer.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys!